So when I was looking for more tutorials and more education, I stumbled across the diode design class that Dan was teaching. And one of the things that I really liked about taking this class was I was able to kind of had a fresh start. We built from the ground up. The concepts were explained in detail. I felt like throughout the class I was actually learning to code as opposed to in tutorials where you're just following step by step and maybe they don't explain exactly what's going on. You're just copying them, like not really knowing. In Dan's class, you start off by writing the code in plain English and then converting or translating that into actual code. In the diode design class, Dan provided the hardware, so I didn't have to spend all this time researching what was compatible with what and what libraries would work where and all that stuff. I was given the PCB, it was mailed to me, it was fully assembled. I was able to just jump in and start coding. One of the great things about the class is you actually learn to code. Whereas when you're following those YouTube tutorials, you're just kind of going step by step and they're not really explaining how everything is interacting and talking to each other. But Dan's class, I mean, every day I was learning something new. I was learning how to write nested for loops, which would map the XY coordinates of a serpentine matrix LED board. Like really complicated things when you're trying to learn it on your own, but having a mentor walk you through it step by step and explaining the whole process made it very rewarding. I feel like I learned a lot. If you're on the fence about taking this course because you have zero coding knowledge, this course is for you. It'll build from the ground up and it will explain everything you need to know in a very approachable way. If you're on the fence about not taking this class because you've already got a bunch of coding experience, this class is still for you because there is so much code that you can deep dive into and there's so much more you can learn. The course is semi-surface level, which is good for me with not having a lot of coding experience, but there's so much math happening behind the scenes and so much calculations and so many different ways to apply the different variables and extract the audio spectrum that if you already know how to do some of that stuff, this will really take your coding to the next level, I imagine. For me, if I were to take it again, I would still learn just as much as I learned the first time, but at an accelerated and higher level of understanding. So if you're on the fence about taking this course, just jump right in. You're going to love it. You're going to learn a ton. You're going to get a bunch out of it. I highly, highly recommend it. As for me, having completed the course, I am really looking forward to taking this new foundation that I have and being able to go out and learn more, knowing that I've got the basics in place and that I understand how all of the pieces of the puzzle fit together. Now I can go out and feel comfortable creating more projects with the foundation provided in the diode design class.